Welcome back to our channel, and in today's episode we will look at the five most expensive medical procedures, just like doing a kidney transplant. Guys, can you imagine a typical kidney transplant or a liver transplant is for like 800,000 US dollars? Remember the movie with Denzel Washington when he held up the hospital because his son could not afford the medical procedure? Yes, and I mean, imagine you have to pay so much money. We're going to look at five medical procedures. Some of these medical procedures you'll have to pay like $500,000 per. But guys, did you know they had a lung transplant? Yes, you can transplant your lung, and the average cost around the United States to transplant your lung is 850,000. So they're saying the average. So it varies. It could be higher or lower. Yes, and second on the list is one called the gene therapy treatment. Now, the gene therapy treatment, this one is also very expensive. And for the gene therapy treatment, it actually modifies your blood system as well. It helps with like inherited blindness. Someone was born with the blindness that they inherited. This treatment can actually help to get rid of this. But the treatment for this gene therapy treatment, it's $850,000 for this treatment alone. So just imagine if you have inherited that in your family and you cannot afford this treatment, you'll be blind for life. However, we cannot deny the advantages of the gene therapy treatment because it really helps people with rare genetic conditions. And these stuffs that are inherited, if we can get these help to fight them, we should take it. But it's expensive, as we already know. But we cannot deny that this treatment is A-class. Now, the other one is a Spinraza treatment. And this is a rare muscle genetic disorder disease. So if you notice, most of these therapies, they deal with genetic disorder. So that may explain why it is so expensive to actually get these treatments. Now, the funny thing about this treatment is that you'll have to first pay $750,000 for the first session. Yes, you heard me right. So $750,000 for the first session and $350,000 every year after that. So these, even though it comes with a hefty price tag, these are genetic disorder treatments. So that explains why it is so expensive. But we can't afford it, can we? Well, a lot of people can afford it because I'm sure there are thousands of people who have already gone through the process, and there are also thousands of people who are in line to go through this process. But what if after you spend all this money, the process didn't work? However, the research results have shown that the process it's promising, and people are receiving their return for money. They're receiving benefits from the process. So, of course, it worked out. All right, the other one on our list, the other therapy process that's very expensive that maybe you and I cannot afford on the list comes. No, here's where it gets worse. There's one called Zolgensma. Now, Zolgensma is used to treat a rare spinal muscle disease in children under 2 years old. You know how much for this process? It's 2.1 million. So this is helping children under 2 years old, but the process is 2.1 million. Make it make sense. All right, next on our list is the Spinraza treatment. It is used to actually treat a rare and fatal neurological disease. And this one comes at a price tag of 800,000 US dollars. Yeah, so so before we jump into the last therapy, there are 3 transplants that we need to look at. The intestine transplant, $400,000 to $1 million. The heart transplant, 1 point up to $1.4 million. The transplant your lung is 850,000. So they're saying the average. So the other one on our list is Solaris. So make sure you don't need a Solaris treatment because this one seems to be the most expensive. It's $500,000 per session right through. And this one, it starts with $500,000 first. And this one, it deals with a rare genetic blood disorder. So then it all makes sense. All of these therapies that we're talking about deals with rare genetic disorders. And these treatments, you'll have to do several sessions to really get the results that you want. But the question still lingers, how accurate and what percentage rate are these therapies working? You know, because spending all these millions, of course you have to have it. To spend all these millions, there must be great success rate. The amount of work and research that was put into these therapies would actually show that it's worth it if you're receiving all these results. Last but not least is the enzyme replacement therapy, and this one looks after the Gawker disease. This one comes at a price tag at $300,000 per session. Now, if you found this video interesting, please like, share, comment. There you have it. Leave your comment here. Let us know if there's going to be another Denzel Washington situation, because majority of us